Okay, my lovelies, it is day 5. Welcome back to your last day. We are sure going to miss you, but we are going off with a bang. Absolutely. As we mentioned in day 4, there's a little bit of a challenge if you decide to take it up, and I sincerely hope you do. How do you feel about making your own oracle cards or runes, whatever you want? Be creative. Now, I have mine on display here. I actually made, it was supposed to be 21, but I made 25 because I got 25 channeled messages. I was going to use them in accordance with the 21-day manifesting angel. I will do that at another time. Manifesting unicorn course. And I ended up, instead of doing one per day, 21, I did 25. Now, before you go a little nuts and you start hyperventilating and wondering, I'm not ready to work with Hay House yet. No, we totally understand that. This is really just for you. And of course, if you want to use them in your own private sessions, that's completely up to you too. Now, take on whatever's manageable to you. I wanted to do 21, I got 25. If you want to do 3, you want to do 5, you want to do 10, absolutely build up. Don't take on anything that's going to be overwhelming because we want you to have fun. So this is about your creativity. Now, we have talked about the masculine and feminine. We've talked about integrating magic and abundance. Now, we're going to leave off today with creativity, bringing in the magic, but really letting your inner child go nuts. Your inner child will absolutely adore this challenge, if you want to call it that. I promise you. So please, 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 even if it's on a small scale, really allow yourself to just get in there and get some intuitive insight out there. I think it would be wonderful for you. So again, I'm going to give you just a small basic template of what I did and then go off in your own direction, however you feel you need to do this. This is a pack that came blank completely. This is the entire one with the 25 that I have here from Amazon.com. It was $9.99. I believe it's the only one that they have. Now, just to stop the heartache right there for all you artists who are going absolutely wonderful, it is a wonderful deck, blank deck to work with, but you do need magic markers. If you were thinking about doing like crayons or watercolors, they really won't work. What I did actually do with these is a straight up pencil worked just to outline stuff and make sure that there was enough room for my channeled messages. And then I let my inner child go absolutely nuts. And when it was to my liking, as they say, then I went in with an eraser and took out all of the pencil markings. But yeah, so you are going to need to use, for this particular deck anyway, from Amazon, you will need to use those magic markers. But there's other things to do too. I challenge you also to look around your house and see what you have, what you can paint on. There are stones in your backyard that you can paint on, maybe one letter, maybe one word. There's definitely these, if you go to Michael's, they have these little like wooden discs that are wonderful. They're inexpensive, they're very light. Light wood and light to carry, but they have enough for a very small message or a large word. You can, I think they have a couple of dollars for like 10 of them. You can use those as your runes, and what images come to effect in your mind's eye. You can absolutely put those on your wooden runes, and of course you would probably be able to use something, you would be able to use paint and other things on that too, I think. I haven't done those either, but it's something that I'm working on in my mind's eye. I definitely want to do that too. So there's a myriad of different ways to use nature in order to be able to write your messages or your inner dialogue, your beautiful intuition. The most important thing is that whatever is coming out of you is divinely inspired and getting down either on your runes or on your cards. So in order to channel, and we will be channeling, you will be channeling these messages. You're absolutely ready because you've been working with your intuition. You're absolutely welcome to set up your space for channeling the same way that you did in, I was going to say pile 1, in day 1. So the way in which we did day one, where you set up like your inner circle, call in your spirits of light, call in your guides, set up a candle so your inner child knows that everything is going down and they're being called in, but your inner masculine also knows that they're there for protection, and for the action part of moving forward. But it's really the receptivity and your beautiful inner child and your intuition and of course your divine feminine that will be taking over here. So you can set that all up. And then as you set up your channeling session, you will meditate and bring in your guides and simply ask your guides exactly what they want you to know. What would be the best channeled messages at this time for you to be able to put down and record. Now, always have a pen and paper right there. I promise you, if you're sitting there going, oh yeah, no, I'll never forget what my guides say. Some of it can be really specific in the wording, so I urge you to have, especially if what they're showing you is, for those of you who do Reiki, and if you don't, it really doesn't make any difference either way, but there are a lot of Reiki symbols that have been channeled by Reiki masters that appear in books now. So it's really important to have a pen and paper right there to write down everything or write down your symbols. And then if you've worked with them and you say that you want 10, really give space. I said that I wanted 21. I ended up, once I opened up that floodgate, like 25 came in. So really just sit with them and ask them, is there any more that you want me to know? Is there anything else that you want me to know? And then you could always set up your session first of all, and then based on whether you get numbers or letters or messages or iconography, however it is that they're communicating with you, based on that you can decide whether you want to do oracle cards or you want to set up your own runes or whatever system that you want to set up for divination. That's completely up to you. But the most important thing is that you have fun, that you let your inner child absolutely go wild over this, that you don't take this too seriously at all whatsoever, and that all of the divination that comes out of you is completely and totally from you and your guides. Yeah, I don't want you going and getting some beautiful rocks outside and then printing on runes, runes that we already know about. This is absolutely needs to come from your heart, your soul, your system, your love, brand new. Now, even if it's one word and it doesn't make any sense, I do urge you to stay open and really have no judgment over this. As I was writing things down, initially I was like, I sound a little bit crazy. And that's just going to happen. Remember, the masculine sometimes comes in and really, especially when we're doing something new, just wants us to be okay. It's just in protective mode. If you're coming up and saying, oh, this is just silly, I can't do this, or there's any kind of blockage, or just go off, get some fresh air, shake it off, come back in, remind your beautiful inner masculine that we really appreciate and we're moving forward with the action, but it's really, as far as the time to shine, it's really your inner child and your receptivity and your beautiful inner love of the feminine that's going to come out here. So just remind your inner masculine if they come out with any kind of judgment, but it's really important to have fun and be creative. And then of course use your deck, use your runes, use them every day, get to know them the same way that you did with your original oracle deck that we had. And don't stop there. If you do 10 cards, go back next week, do another 10, or a couple of oracles, a couple of runes on the side. So when you do a reading, you can pull a 4-card reading and then maybe a rune or 2 to finish off the reading. It's completely and totally up to you how you do this. And I will say, even though I do love the work that I did here too, there is a lot to be said for using natural resources like stones, something from nature. It already holds energy. You could even channel the stone. Believe it or not, you can absolutely do that. Channel the stone and ask the stone what message it wants to be put on it. I've done messages, I printed messages on leaves. If you are taking them from trees, please be respectful. Ask the tree if it's okay. Usually we work with things that have fallen from the tree, but if you want to use it from the tree, if you ask if it's okay, and then of course you can ask the tree what it is that they would like recorded for you. The most important thing is that you're using the height of your intuition, you're enjoying yourself, you're not taking things too seriously, and you're allowing your creativity to merge with your inner child and bring up this level of receptivity to its highest. Remember, it's all about making magic absolutely fluent in your life and integrated at all times. That's what we want for you. So, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. I have 25 in the corner here. I have 11 here. We have 23 here. We've got what looks like sort of a unicorn with 14 down there. It's really completely up to you. And, when you complete something, I really don't want you to look at it as whether it's good or bad. We're staying away from any kind of polarity here. It's just about whether you feel resonance with it. When you finished your oracle or your runes, you should be able to feel the energy from them. You can always put them on your altar, or you can also put them under the new moon or the full moon, and you can charge them before you use them. You can always do that with your oracle cards too, which is what we've said in day one. But the point is to use your runes, to use your oracle in exactly the same way, with the same amount of respect as you would from something that you bought yourself. Because that way you're respecting your inner receptivity and you're respecting your intuition. And this is a little bit of a channeling exercise for those of you who are psychic. And even if you don't feel as though you have any channeling ability whatsoever, I absolutely promise you, after you do the day 1 through 4, and then you take me up on this offer, I promise you, you will get messages, and they will be from source. You will be channeling if you've done the days before, if you haven't channeled already. Most of you who are here on the course are probably channelers in one way or another already. So this is just a way for you to pull in that energy and increase it on the paper, on the wood, on the stone. So I do hope that you take the time to do this. It opens your mind, and also every time we engage in something brand new with our brains love it. Sometimes the masculine part of our brain doesn't like it because it likes systems, it likes doing the same thing over and over again. But here's the thing. If we keep channeling our mind and we keep doing new things and being receptive, it keeps our mind young, because your different aspects of your mind are working in completely different ways. So you have the chance to have fun. You have the chance to work with your inner knowledge and keep yourself young, as well as working expressly with your inner child. So I say, loves, you cannot go wrong. So I really, really, really do hope. I sincerely hope you do this. And I also would love to hear from you guys. Please, again, do not feel anything about posting what you have done. I would love to see it. We have the Facebook group that you can post on, but there's also a thread here within the Unicorn School of Light. Please do let me know. Feel free if you feel comfortable enough, but I so hope that you do, to post the pictures of your oracles or your runes, however imaginative you got, in order to get your channeled messages out there. Okay, my darlings, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you here for the entire 5 days. I sincerely hope that you know that this is just the beginning of what we want you to do. Again, integrating magic every day. Make magic an everyday affair, and your intuition, and really check in with the balances of who you are and where you're going, and if you're giving your inner child enough freedom to have the sort of life that you want. And do feel free to go back over the days and really work with the balance of the masculine and feminine, and use that specifically for abundance. Use it specifically for pulling in abundance, whether that's money or love. Use and integrate the oracle in that way too. Remember, we've set up this course So all of the information that you've gathered can help with your creativity, can help with bringing in the life that you want, any kind of manifestation, as well as working with your intuition and honoring, of course, the divine feminine. All right, my darlings, until we meet again, you stay safe and sane, and do not forget to put yourself out there. Keep doing your oracle readings for yourself and strangers, and do post all of the pictures that you want when you get to do, and let your beautiful inner child go nuts. I would truly love to see them. Take care. Bye bye.